Hello to all my friends out there. Anybody that might be up to late night here. I know I've had a lot of people ask when I was going to do my late night show again. So I decided to set up and get ready for the late night show. And I've invited a few of my friends, whether or not they're up or not. We'll only have to wait and see. Anybody that might be up to late night here. I know I've had a lot of people ask when I was going to do my late night show again. So there's nobody joined us at this point in time, but we're just going to carry on and see if we get anybody who's up like TCM. Yes, you are, Tim. You're the first in. How are you doing, my friend? You're looks like you're late owling it as well. Um, the weather up here has been really bad, Tim. Um, are you up to coming on? Would you like me to send you a invitation? Would you like to come on, or you just happy being in the chat? No pressure. But I did invite a few different people, and I don't know if they're up or not. It was just kind of a guess. Um, just don't know whether or not they're up. So, Tim, have you been getting any flying in at all? That's good. I'm glad everything's going well there. I hope the weather hasn't been too bad down there. I know that on occasion it has not been the best, but the storms seem to swoop down around your area and then come up the East Coast. But this last week, we've had some a really strong low that's been passing through here. And today we had snow, we had hail, we had rain, we had winds gusting up to 60 miles an hour. Oh, okay, Tim, you're on your phone. Okay, cool. Yeah, the weather here has not been really all that well. I had a couple of good days of flying. I got quite a few ship videos in and got them up and posted. Um, so that was good. Problem I have is everybody says, well, why don't you just wait and post them later? Well, the problem with that is I grew up, Tim, in a family that when they decided to do something, you got it done. You just do it, you don't put it off. And so when I do my ship videos, I immediately come back and start working on the ship videos, the editing, the everything else, and get it ready to be and posted as soon as possible. And a lot of people said, with all the ships that I do, why don't I put them off and release them slowly? Well, in my mind, Tim, is the that it's kind of dated material because of the fact that the ships go by and they have a crew and their families want to know what's going on, and so it's kind of like, in my mind, it's kind of like having the Thanksgiving Day parade and you put it on YouTube in January or February, So um, I know it might sound a little crazy to some people, but that's just the way I approach it. Is that I want to get it out while it's still in my mind fresh. So Tim, what are you flying now? FPV mostly. I think that's the way you were leaning. I I personally probably have no intention of ever going in that direction, but that's just me. Um, I don't I don't want to. I get a little bit vertigo when all this flipping and flopping and moving around. Is I like the cinematic flying where it's smooth and not too much motion. But hopefully you're getting in some practice and some time flying whenever you can. Oh, the Tiny Hawk. I remember you got that not too long ago. Is it flying good for you? Are you happy with it? You know, my philosophy, Tim, is like what you fly and fly what you like. I have a lot of people that try to compare one drone to another, and in their, you know, they don't understand why anybody else wouldn't fly what they're flying. But my feeling is just everybody doesn't drive identical cars or trucks or anything else. Well, great, Tim. I'm glad you love it. I see a lot of guys are flying Tiny Hawks, and they seem to like it very much too. So that's a good thing. So you're getting used to the flying mostly all acro, I would imagine, um, with limited stabilization. Yeah, I just maybe Tim, maybe I'm just a little too old to do learn. This dog might not learn new tricks very well, you know. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm coming from. But I know that Robert Stanton's loving the air that you or was it the Spark that you sold him? I think it was the air, wasn't it? Yeah, what you got to do is just take it a little at a time and get comfortable, get used to what you're trying to do, and it'll come. It'll come. How is how is the health situation down where you are? Are you getting a lot of people having issues with the coronavirus, or is it pretty much isolated? Yes, yep, he likes the air. Looks like DJI is going to come out with a new Mavic, and they call it the Mavic Air 2, but I think they just call it the Mavic. And everybody's hoping and speculating that it's going to have OcuSync 2 and have some other things on it like 4K and maybe longer flight times. But yeah, looks like there might be something for everybody to look forward to. I know I got, you know, I did buy the Mini when it first came out, and I just don't fly it. I feel bad about it, but it just isn't. It isn't my go-to drone. Yeah, your sounds to me like your virus down there is about the same as it is here. I'm north of Detroit, so we don't have a lot of it. I think there's like 200 cases of it countywide. But you go down to the Detroit to the city, and it's just really bad. Yeah, I know that Robert is having a good time with the air that you sent him. Um, I think he said he bought a couple more batteries too, so which is good. Roger got his Mavic Mini up in the air couple of days ago, and I had to send him a new cable. Um, the cable that I had ordered with that Mavic Air wasn't the right cable. It didn't fit. So I scrounged around here and I found one. He's using the go between the handles for the iPad. So it has to be a little longer than the cables that come with it. And I happened to find one, was brand new, still in the package, and I mailed it to him. But who knows the way things are going with the mail. I mailed it out like Monday, Tuesday. But I hope he gets it fairly soon, but who knows? You know, it's got to go across the border, and I just mail it regular mail, so we'll see. Yeah, it was. I think he felt good, Manamana, about flying again. Great to see you here tonight, Manamana. How are you doing? Are you just up late night, just in between dreams, or are you having a little trouble sleeping? That's what I have trouble sleeping. I sleep in stretches of about 3, maybe 4 hours at a time, and then I'm awake. And then rather than sit there and watch the TV, which doesn't help, as far as getting you back into sleeping mode, I thought, well, everybody teases me about being online at 3 in the morning, and I have only done it a couple of times. I thought, well, what the heck? Give it a shot. See if any of my YouTube family out there is awake and looking for some place to go. I get a feeling there's a lot of people right now that are a little apprehensive, a little don't quite know how to handle the coronavirus situation, and so it just isn't a good thing. Yeah, I think Roger's very happy. Well, we finally got him. He and I did a private Zoom to help him get it up and running and whatever else. And he did it on his tablet, plugged in with the small short cable that comes with it. It normally just goes to the handle. Um, and then I says, well, Roger, why don't you? So Roger downloaded the application, which is the DJI Fly app. And DJI has the DJI Go, the DJI Go 4, then the DJI Fly, and then the Enterprise had its own, was a different one. So anyway, he loaded that app on, and he was able to use his phone to fly it for the first time. Well, yeah, Manamana, it's not only making people a little bit strange. I think it's just, I think everybody's reflecting it, no matter what age you are, whether you're younger, older, whatever. It just makes you think about how actually we may be comfortable, but it reintroduces into our lives that with the snap of a finger, things can change, and that we really do, even though we think there's nothing that's going to change our lives, that we are ultimately vulnerable at times to different situations that are beyond our control. And I'm hoping that it's going to become under control and not and kind of recede. But I know there's a lot of people that think that it's going to just go away tomorrow, and I don't believe that's going to happen. But then again, stranger things have happened before. But yep. it's it just is what it is, and there's not a whole lot we can really do about it other than go with the flow and just try and survive the best we can. I just realized that I got this shirt out of the dryer and I put it on and it's backwards. So all of my buttons are on the inside. Oh well, go with the flow, right? And there's some people out there that are conspiracy type individuals, and God love them, they've got their own opinion, but they kind of think that this all is a big hoax, and it's not. I got a phone call from a fellow YouTuber that's a very good friend of mine in New York City, and it's kind of hit close to home there. He's got a family member that's in the hospital in Texas with it, and who's a little bit on the older side. And across the street from where he grew up, a friend of his growing up um, just died the last day or two. Um, his mother still lives across the street from him, where he used to live, and his friend died from the coronavirus just the last couple of days. And he said that a couple of other people that he knows has the virus as well. And New York City, of course, is the hot spot. Yeah, it still fits inside out, outside in. It's kind of like socks. You can put those on whether they're inside out or outside in. It's just that it might look a little different, but yeah. Well, this is I don't sleep in a bed very well, so I sleep in like a lazy boy recliner, um, and Mia sleeps on the couch right next to me, and so this is kind of like one of my night shirts. Yeah. So I think the weather's been bad here. I don't know if the weather's going to get any better soon. I think it's going to stay windy for the next couple of days, and then it's going to be. I think we're going to get a halfway decent day today, but windy, and then it's going to tonight, which is Friday night. We're supposed to get back into another rain pattern. And then all the next week, we're going to be back down into the 20s at night and 30s to maybe as high as 40 in the daytime for the foreseeable future. We got a little bit spoiled. We had a few days there where we were up in the 50s and almost to 60s. So, but it is what it is. You can't change the weather. So, just got to go with the flow. And as far as the ships on the Great Lakes, their schedules are increasing. I'm getting increased river traffic all the time. As most a lot of you might know that we're on the Great Lakes. Where I live is right at the southern end of Lake Huron, and it's the St. Lawrence Seaway where the Army Corps of Engineers maintains a set of locks all the way down from Lake Superior. They've got them up going from Lake Superior down to Lake Huron and Lake Michigan, and then another set of locks down on further down over by Niagara Falls. They have a set of locks there in order so that ships can move freely up and down. And there's another set of locks out at the other end of Lake Ontario. So that ocean traffic can come in to the Great Lakes as well. And they go up and they load up or also drop off things. I know we get a lot of wind turbine parts are shipped here from all over the world. The great big masts with the great big props on them on some of the bigger ships. You can see them on deck, strapped down, and they go up past here. And because I know that over on the Canadian side, lower Lake Huron, they have a wind. We call them windmill farms, but and I think there's becoming more and more of them around the area. And the easiest way is to bring them in by those great big ships, because some of the blades I think are like 300 feet long. Yeah, real windy. Yep. And gusty winds. It's like 1 minute it's not too bad, and then all of a sudden, whew, just take off. And you if you were a little bit smaller, it might blow you around a little bit. I know people with cars, especially the smaller cars, get blown around in the wind. I see Dustin Dunhill did a recent video testing the Skydio out in Hawaii. And of course, it pretty much mirrors what I've thought about it. The Skydio probably is okay if you're looking for an action camera in the sky. But some of his complaints what I took from his video was it's not very responsive. And what I have been told before, and it seems to track true, the Skydio is almost like in charge of the flight, and you're just the co-pilot. You may give it direction or whatever, but it's going to fly the way it wants to fly. It's just because of all the technology that's in it, and it's a smart flyer. So you may want it to go here, but if it doesn't like the surrounding areas where you want it to go, it's not going there. It's going over here. So I originally, when they first were announced, I ordered one, and I canceled my order during the period of when they weren't shipping. And I'm kind of glad I didn't. It just wouldn't fit into my type of flying at all. But God love anybody that enjoys that. I know there's several people that do. Yeah, if any, Tim, I don't know if you've gone back to bed or not, but if you have, thanks for coming in. And Manamanat, same to you. You know, if you can't sleep, that's fine. Glad to have you here. But you know, if you've got kids, and if you need to get some rest, my friend. I'm just going to stay on for a little while and see who pops in and who doesn't pop in. I sent out several different invites to people just to see if they'd pop in. More or less what I did, I sent them out because they'll get notification of them and they'll go, what the hell is he doing? Well, TCM, what do you what else you got to sell? You know, what you need to do is just get on Canadian Drone Hub or some of those other shows and just say, hey, I got this to sell, this to sell, this to sell. And get yourself up a list. You can even post it in the chats. I know you had one you were waiting for some parts for to sell it. I can't remember which model it was. I thought it was a Wakira, but I could be mistaken. Well, Manamana, if you need to go get some sleep, my friend. I don't want you all tired out. I know that I'm not going to stay on here that long, simply because Roger kind of expects me to be there in his show at 9, and he's been going on early in the morning, so sometimes 8 o'clock. So I'm not going to stay. Coast to Coast, early show. Yes. It's the late show, and Coast to Coast, you can have the early show. Bill. Yeah, TCM, that's what I would say is make a list of what drones you want to sell and what you have, and just put it out there. You're muted. Okay. I take it you're muted because you don't want to bother anybody in the house. Listen to you talking. That's a guess. Since you're muted, maybe you probably can hear me okay, or maybe not. Bill, if you want to come on, rigor mortis, good morning. Welcome to the late show. Bill, I don't have an address for you. I'd send you an invite, but. So rigor mortis, what are you up to this evening? Hope all's well with you. I just got up and decided to come on for a little bit to see who was here and kind of share the experience that we're all having. Probably some of us sleepless for all different various reasons, but late night sometimes you got to turn to friends and family. You can only watch so much television. Oh, it's 12:28 here. Okay. Yeah, it's you see you're 3 hours. What are you, mountain time? No, you'd be West Coast. Okay. Yeah, it's 3:30 here on the East Coast. Yeah, sometimes it's just good just to kind of unwind a little bit and talk with friends and people you know and converse, as they say. I know Mana Mana is dozing on and off as we speak, and he probably isn't going to stay with us very long. And TCM, I think, probably is in the same boat. TCM's down. TCM, you're down in South Carolina, right? But there hasn't been a whole lot of drone news other than right now. I think there's a lot of first responders and people using drones for various purposes. Yeah, rigor mortis, I understand. In other words, your computer will exit stage left for you. Mana. I hear you. I hear you. It's the reason my monitor is jumping. I'm not having an earthquake. This is on one of those glass desks, and I can move it and wobble it anytime. If I lean on it, it waves at you. Right back, guys. I had to go turn my shirt right side out. It was just driving me just a little bit crazy. I think rigor mortis, you didn't hear me, but I took the shirt out of the dryer and put it on. This is the shirt I usually wear, my night shirt, and it was inside out. The buttons were inside, and so now the buttons are out there right where I can button them. Okay. But just to cheer you up a little bit, Mana. Do 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 do. Mana do 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 do. Mana do 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 do. Mana late night show. There you go, guys. Yeah. I just took it out of the dryer and put it on, and I thought it was out the right way, but it wasn't. Yeah. So the weather hasn't been the best here. Rigor mortis, I hope the weather's halfway decent out there. We've had the gamut. We were up into the 50s, almost 60s at one point, then down into the 20s. And then today we got up into the 30s. And then it turned cold again and went down to close to free. Right now it's 34 degrees. But we had rain, hail, snow, back to rain, a little bit of hail, back to rain, and with high winds. So just been really weird. Mia, go to sleep. She's out there rolling around on the couch. I think she got woke up from my singing. You're welcome, Manamana, for sticking with me. I think the funny part's going to be we're going to hear for the next couple of days because I sent out a whole bunch of invites. We're going to be hearing from what the hell are you doing on at 3:00 in the morning? Especially Herman and Lawrence. And I even sent one to Roger and one to John DiNardo. I don't think I sent one to Robert Stanton, but what are you doing? Come here, you goofball. Why don't you go lay down? Just because I'm up doesn't mean you do. You have to be. No. Go lay down. Lay down. Go lay down. Lay down. She's going to go. She gets mad at me when I leave her sleeping on the big couch because now she'll go over next to it on the other side of one of the end tables is a love seat where she likes to curl up on. But I kind of like her to be on the couch next to me because I have my lazy boy pulled right up to the end of the couch so that there's she and I are pretty much right together. I don't think she wants to go out. Mia, what are you doing? What's the matter? I'm the one that can't sleep, not you. Yeah, yes. Rigor Mortis, you have a great night too. Get some sleep, my friend. Warm milk and get some shut eye. I'm going to be signing off here shortly too, simply because we gave it a good shot and we were in here. We got to see Phenomena and TCM drones down in Carolina and Rigor Mortis. You have a great evening. Yeah, you're just about 12:40 there. So time to get some shut eye. So anyway, it's it's about 3:40 in the morning. I think I'm going to call it a day or a morning or a late show. Late show. um, but yeah, TCM, make a list up and let people know. I'm sure that they'll somebody will be interested in some of the drones you have for sale and move them on. I was sitting just the other day thinking about all the different drones that I've owned and passed along, and it's just kind of like, God, I think ever since I started flying back in about the '80s, late '80s, I think I've had 25 or 30 different drones. Um, Of course, everybody could be like JDS, and he still owns he's still buying drones, and he doesn't ever get rid of any. I think he's got his basement full and a spare bedroom full, and a little bit excessive. Well, thanks, Rigor Mortis. We're going to, we will prevail for sure. Exactly. Okay, Mana TCM. I'm going to say goodnight for now. Bye. And I hope everybody has a great, can get some sleep, maybe rest a little bit. Mana, I'm going to leave you with one more. Are you ready? Mana. Do 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 do. Mana do 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 do. Mana do 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 do. Mana. TCM, you have a good night's sleep too. And I'll see you guys hopefully maybe in the morning with Roger on Canadian Drone Hub, or Roger's on Friday morning and Friday night, and then he's on again Saturday morning, Saturday night. Those are the two nights he does shows. So everybody take care. We'll see you all again really soon. And thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. Bye for now, my friends. Stay safe, and we'll see you again soon. Bye for now.